The distress beacon was barely audible through the static, but Mia's trained ears caught every broken syllable. She'd been monitoring deep space frequencies for 3 years aboard the USS Retribution, and she'd never heard anything like this. Children's voices, crying in a language that wasn't quite human but close enough to make her blood run cold. "Leo, get up here. Now." Her voice crackled through the ship's intercom. Captain Leo Martinez materialized on the bridge within seconds, his dark eyes immediately focusing on the main display where Mia had isolated the signal. The universal translator struggled with the dialect, but the message was clear enough. Hundreds of human children, taken from frontier colonies over the past decade, were being held in the Korthax slave markets. "How many ships can we mobilize?" Leo's voice was deadly calm, the kind of quiet that preceded storms. "Sir, we need authorization from Earth Command before..." "How many ships?" Each word fell like a hammer blow. Mia's fingers flew across her console. 17 vessels within jump range. "But Leo, the Korthax Empire has treaties with half the Galactic Council. If we move against them..." "Then half the Galactic Council made a mistake." Leo opened a channel to Earth. "Priority 1 transmission to Fleet Admiral Chen. Message begins." "We've found them." The response came faster than lightspeed communication should have allowed. Earth had been waiting for this moment, preparing for it. Within hours, humanity's entire fleet, not just the 17 nearby ships, but all 200 vessels spread across human space, began converging on a single coordinate. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. The Zalathi ambassador's tentacles writhed in distress as he addressed the assembly. "The humans are mobilizing their entire military force. This is unprecedented aggression." "Aggression?" The human ambassador, Sarah Webb, stood slowly. She was a small woman, but something in her bearing made the 12-foot-tall Gorvak representative take a step back. "You want to talk about aggression? Your own intelligence reports confirm what we've suspected for years. Children, human children, sold as on slaves." "The Korthax Empire is a sovereign nation," the Olthari delegate interjected, his crystalline form pulsing with diplomatic orange. "Their internal practices, however distasteful, are protected under Article 7 of the Galactic Charter." Ambassador Webb smiled. It wasn't a pleasant expression. "Then consider this humanity's formal withdrawal from the Galactic Charter." Gasps echoed through the chamber. No species had ever withdrawn from the Charter. It was economic and political suicide. "You can't be serious," the Zalathi ambassador sputtered. "You'll be isolated, embargoed. We survived alone for 50,000 years before we met you," Webb said quietly. "We'll survive 50,000 more if necessary, but those children are coming home." Back aboard the Retribution, Mia coordinated with the incoming fleet. The numbers were staggering, not just military vessels, but civilian ships retrofitted with weapons, cargo haulers packed with Marines, even private yachts armed with mining lasers. When Earth had put out the call, every human who could fly a ship had answered. "The Korthax are hailing us," Mia reported. "They're offering to negotiate." Leo stood at the viewport watching as humanity's armada darkened the stars. "Open a channel." The Korthax overlord's insectoid features filled the screen. "This is madness, human. We offer reasonable terms. Some compensation for the misunderstanding, perhaps a trade agreement. Free the children. All of them now. Be reasonable. They are already processed into our system. The economic disruption alone." Leo cut the transmission. "Mia, target their orbital defense platforms. Fire when ready." "Sir, they haven't fired on us yet." "Rules of engagement state. The rules changed the moment they took our children." The Retribution's main guns spoke first, followed by 200 others. The Korthax, for all their bluster, hadn't truly believed humanity would attack. Their defenses crumbled in minutes. But it wasn't the military might that broke them. It was what came after. Human soldiers didn't rape. They didn't pillage. They didn't take slaves. They simply moved through the Korthax infrastructure with mechanical precision, dismantling every slave market, freeing every captive of every species, and documenting everything. The galaxy watched in stunned silence as humans treated injured Korthax civilians, even as they systematically destroyed every vestige of the slave trade. Mia found them in the third facility they breached. 67 human children, aged 5 to 15, huddled in cages designed for livestock. She watched Leo, The hardened captain who'd seen a dozen wars fall to his knees and weep as a little girl reached through the bars to touch his face. "Are you here to take us home?" she whispered. "Yes," he managed. "All of you. Home." The Galactic Council reconvened a week later. The Korthax Empire had collapsed, its economy built on slavery unable to function without it. 3 other species quietly announced the end of their own indentured servitude programs. Ambassador Webb stood before them again. "Humanity offers a simple proposition. We will rejoin the Galactic Charter under one condition: slavery in any form ends. Today. Everywhere. Or we will end it for you." The vote was unanimous. Aboard the Retribution, heading home with a cargo bay converted to a makeshift dormitory, Mia found Leo standing watch over the sleeping children. "Was it worth it?" she asked. "Making enemies of half the galaxy?" Leo watched a boy no older than 8 clutching a stuffed animal they'd replicated for him, finally sleeping peacefully. "They took our children, Mia. They're lucky we left their world standing." She nodded, understanding. The galaxy had learned something about humanity that day. They could be peaceful. They could be diplomatic. They could compromise on almost anything. But not their children. Never their children. And in the deepest corners of space, in languages humanity would never hear, whispers spread, "Don't touch their young. Whatever else you do, never touch their young. For when Earth's children cry, the very stars burn with their fury." The children were going home. All of them. And the galaxy would never forget why.